Listen, do not ever get a girlfriend if she is not completely head over heels in love with you and clingy. She has to be the clingy one in the relationship. Now, this is contrary to popular advice because you're going to hear a lot of different crap that's all throughout, different people with content and all these attachment type theories and all this BS. And people are going to tell you that if someone's clingy or if someone is too dependent, that's bad because that person doesn't maintain their state of emotional independence. That's complete bullshit. When it comes to women, if she is not head over heels in love with you, if she is not clingy, where she wants to be by your side at every moment, she wants to call you, hi baby, what'd you do for lunch, babe? What do you want to do for dinner, babe? Am I going to get to see you next weekend, babe? How's your day going? Oh, are you sick? Do you want me to come by and get you some medicine? When you pick up that phone call and she FaceTimes and you're with all your friends and she sits there and goes, hi sweetie, I love you so much. Okay, all of your friends that are around you, it's like the biggest flex. And you know as a guy that it's literally the biggest flex. If you're on FaceTime with your girl and you pick up the phone and she just starts going off on sweetie and baby and I love you so much and I can't wait till you get home, and you just hear the femininity in her vocal tone, every single guy that's around you will go, okay, this dude's a stud. This guy gets it. This guy actually understands women and understands what genuine desire and love looks like in a real relationship. Listen, if your girlfriend is not clingy, there's no point in making her your girlfriend. There's no point in even nurturing the relationship. There's no point because she's not at that level with you. See, you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be thinking that, because let's be real, right? There's nothing worse than like let's say she's banging you, but you can tell that afterwards, you're just a placeholder. There's no worse feeling than that, right? And that's for, men or women. If you can tell that your partner in that relationship doesn't look at you like you're just the one for them, it's terrible, right? And you're going to sit there and you're going to try all these tactics, right? You're going to think if you're more distant, this is going to help raise her interest. You're going to think maybe if you don't show as much affection, if you show that you're more emotionally resilient and don't need her, you're going to maybe try these tactics like, oh, maybe I should take an extra 30 minutes to an hour to reply to her text message so she thinks I'm less available. None of that's going to help you because attraction is on it's like a subconscious root level. Here's what I mean by that. If I was standing at a modeling event and you lined up 10 runway supermodels and you said, Casey, who do you think is most attractive? I would probably pick one of them that's most attractive. There'd be one or two that I would think is the most attractive. Even though they're all gorgeous, even though they're all models, even though they're all, a 9 or a 10, there would still be one or two that is the perfect ideal for me. Okay, a woman is going to have that for herself as well. She wants the perfect ideal for her. So if you notice in any way, shape, or form that she's not clingy, you're making a big mistake, right? Because you're just not that guy for her. There's nothing you can do about that. It's an internal radar. It's an internal attraction thing. I've been there before. We've all been there before. There's been times where I've dated women for 2, 3, 4, 5 months, and it's we're seeing each other, but I can tell that for whatever reason, right, there's just a chemistry level and an alignment level where it's even though maybe I'm attractive enough where it's she's sleeping with me, you can tell that she is maybe getting over an ex or something like that. And we've all been there before, right? Men and women. Okay, men and women. Now, on the opposite side of that, I've had women over the years tell me how much they would want to marry me and how they would do anything to be the most loving, nurturing, supporting wife. So listen, if she's not clingy, and I'm going to use the word clingy so this really sinks in, all of the beta male tendencies that a lot of guys do when they're completely head over heels in love and they start, really just giving up a lot of leverage and all this stuff, you're going to notice when a woman is just head over heels in love with you, she becomes the person with those same characteristics. And if you're not experiencing that, the relationship is doomed at some point. At some point, her heart's desire is going to move on. So I'm going to give you 4 specific reasons in this video why if your girlfriend is not clingy, there's no point in that relationship. And you just have to understand that at some point it's going to come to an end. At some point it's going to come to an end because she's looking for better. So I wrote all these down on my phone this morning, and I have to use the word clingy, right? I have to use that word because clingy is the actual answer. She has to be clingy. The girlfriends that I've had where they're my exclusive long-term girlfriends have been head over heels clingy. Every little thing that I'm doing, she wants to either be by my side or know what's going on or call me or text me, because there's that discrepancy in SMV where she genuinely believes on a core level that most likely she believes that my dating value is higher than the other dudes that she's been with, or potentially even higher than hers. And that's what satisfies that hypergamy. So the 4 reasons why she has to be clingy or the relationship isn't worth it. Number 1, if she is not clingy, you are a placeholder. That's number 1. You're a placeholder for somebody better. You're good enough for now. You're tall enough, or you're rich enough, or you're charismatic enough, or your teeth are white enough, or your hairline is good enough, or your personality is good enough, or you make enough money for now. Until Mr. Perfect walks by. Until, Mr. Prince Charming from, all the movies she's seen, from, the past 10 years comes through. Right? And this is the thing, is you're gonna be that guy for some women without doing anything. Like, that's what I mean. So if this video is like all doom and gloom where you're like, oh no, I'm not that guy for her, I'm just not that guy. No, you're not that guy maybe for her, but that doesn't mean you're not that guy in general, right? There's going to be most likely a percentage of women that you meet that are head over heels in love with you, and you're the perfect one for them. And that's what you want. You want that alignment. You got to screen for that alignment right away, right? If that alignment's not there and you notice that this woman's just not feeling you the way that, you've been treated in the past by women, when you see that core genuine desire level, that's when it's time to move on, or it's time to just maybe go on a few dates, but just realize nothing's going to come of this. This isn't a woman that probably wants to, have kids with you. This probably isn't a woman that wants to marry you. You're a placeholder. You're a placeholder for now. What this most likely stems from is she's been with a man who's more attractive than you in the past, and for whatever reason that relationship fizzled out. That's most likely where this comes from. She's been with a different guy who is either taller or better looking, or put it down better in the bedroom, and like she likes him just more than you. Ain't nothing you can do about that, right? So that's number 1, right? Number 1 is she has to be clingy because you are a placeholder if she's not. You're just good for the time being. You're good enough to get by for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 months. And after that, she's gone. Okay. So don't get your feelings hurt about this, and don't get heartbroken over this, right? Don't get heartbroken. You cannot get heartbroken over this stuff. I know that it's easier said than done, but you just have to get very, very happy with your life in general, right? You have to be happy with going to bed, waking up, brushing your teeth, going to the gym, working out. You got to be happy with the basic stuff, because the basic stuff, no matter who you are, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you're a billionaire, or whether you make, 50 grand a year, right? The majority of the hours of life is largely the same for most people. You're going to sleep, you're going to work, right? You have to keep up with your hygiene, you have to keep up with your fitness. The little bit of free time that you have each day, right? Yeah, maximize it, but you got to just be happy with your overall life in general. Most people's quality of life experience is not as different as you think. Even very attractive people, right? They're doing a lot of the same stuff. So keep that in mind. Number 1, you're a placeholder if she's not clingy. Number 2, she knows subconsciously that her desire isn't all the way there. She'll never verbalize this to you, right? And since she'll never verbalize this to you, the problem is most guys are going to go, oh, well, she's an avoidant, right? The truth that you're going to probably notice, especially if you observe long enough, is she's usually just an avoidant with you. Right? The fact is, a lot of times she's clingy, or she's, anxious with her attachment, if you want to call it that, to a different guy that she feels is attractive. Right? So like attraction level basically conquers all. If her attraction level is high enough, if her desire level is high enough, it doesn't matter how many social media posts or how many comments that she sees of the whole, you go girl, you don't talk to him first, you wait till he reaches out to you. No, it doesn't matter. Her emotions override all of that when she really loves you and she starts making that effort. You watch her effort level raise. She'll fight like hell internally to not let that effort level go up. She'll say, oh, I'm not going to make him food, or I'm not going to check in to see how his day's going until he, whatever. But a lot of times, no matter how much she fights it, right? No matter how much internally she has that conflict where she's fighting it internally, her natural feminine tendencies tend to take over, and she ends up acting out of emotion because she really likes him. So she knows subconsciously that her desire isn't all the way there. The key here, when you notice this, right? When you notice that her desire is not all the way there, do not make the mistake, okay? Don't make the mistake of selling yourself a BS narrative that you can fix this through time. See, that's where a lot of guys go wrong. They sell themselves a BS narrative that they can fix this, and they're going to tell themselves if their game was a little bit better, you know, if maybe they gave too much interest up front right away. It's like, no, none of that's how it's working. The thing is the more she got to know you on a core level, you're just not it for her. And that's okay. See, that's the biggest thing, is it's okay. All this is okay. It's not nothing bad. It's not nothing that's going to make life miserable. It's okay if you just accept it. Okay? Because the chances are is you're going to meet women most likely in your life where you were that guy for them, but maybe you didn't feel the same way. Maybe for whatever reason, your interest level or your attraction level wasn't high enough. So this goes both ways. It's not like, it's only like men's desire oftentimes gets crushed. Sometimes it's the women's too, right? So keep that in mind. She knows subconsciously that her desire is just not all the way there. She knows it. She can feel it. No matter how much you tell yourself that, like, it's very hard for her to fake energy. See, this is what you're going to notice is women give femininity and love and nurturing spirit and loving energy to a man that they love, and women don't give any of that energy to a man that they're not interested in. So, like, what you're going to notice is it's very, very hard for a woman to fake it, or most of the time they can't. They just can't fake it because they're acting on emotion, and how their emotion is and how they feel dictates the behavior that they give you. Right, so the behavior that she's giving you is solely based on how she feels. See, this is what you got to understand too, and this is a big learning curve for a lot of guys. If she's sleeping with you and she's being very nice to you, a lot of guys wonder, and they sit there and they go, I wonder if she's seeing a different guy. I wonder if she's cheating or anything like that. Most likely she's not, okay? Because majority of the time when there is cheating or when she has her eyes on a different man and it's not you, there are signs that you will see because there's an energy difference and there's a pullback. See, this is the thing, is a lot of guys, they'll be in good relationships, and they're in really good relationships where she's super loving and super nurturing, but they start to mess things up by asking her if she's seeing other people and if there's different guys that, she's seeing or that she's sleeping with. And then she starts to question why you would even feel that way because she knows the energy that she's giving you. And then she starts to see that you doubt if you're that guy or not. So this is really important. Like, the way you know if you're probably getting cheated on or if a woman has other options is if she's not giving you the love. You will notice a different coldness in her voice. You're going to notice distance. You're going to notice that she's not as affectionate. If you notice actual actions and behavior changes that resulted in her change of feeling, yes, now there's cause for concern that you're maybe getting cheated on. But there is no point in worrying about any of that if she's giving you good, loving energy. If you ask any husband that was cheated on, or any long-term boyfriend that was cheated on, and you say, hey, was there signs? More often than not, 9 times out of 10, the guy's going to say, yeah. She was either rude to me, she would constantly start arguments, she would tell me that she's unhappy, or she would tell me that she doesn't know if she sees a future with me anymore, or her energy was cold. If you notice that, then yeah, there's a problem. But very rarely, if ever, will a woman be loving and nice and affectionate and nurturing and then go out and venture off and find a different guy. The time when she opens her emotions up for other options is when she's not feeling you anymore. So the second reason why, she really has to be just head over heels in love and clingy is because she knows subconsciously that her desire is not all the way there if she isn't. Number 3, the third reason why you want her to be clingy is because your internal radar will constantly feel inadequate. Your internal radar, your internal identity, your internal self-belief, you will constantly feel inadequate. You'll know. You've probably been there before where you wake up and you check that text message or that phone and it's 7:20 in the morning and the alarm goes off, or maybe even you woke up an hour earlier because you were thinking about her so much. It's like she was even in your mind from the night before and you don't even get a good night's sleep because you're thinking about her, and that alarm goes off and you turn and you look at the phone and there's no text message. There's no good morning. Nothing. And it crushes you, right? So you're going to always feel inadequate if you try to date a woman like this. You're going to feel like you're not good enough. You're going to feel like your personality's not charming enough. You can't do that, man. You're going to go into just a negative spiral of just negative self-belief. So the reason why you don't want to do this, the reason why you don't want to date a type of woman like this, or a woman, I don't even want to say a type of woman. The reason why you don't want to date a woman who isn't clingy is because you will never feel enough. Because internally, you know that you're not enough for her in some way, shape, or form. You're going to constantly feel an inadequacy, and that's not going to do good for your self-esteem. You're going to start having, your mood is going to be more negative. Your mood is going to be more anxious. You might be sad, and then other people start picking up that energy around you, and they notice something's off. You can't do this, okay? You really can't. So that's number 3, right? You're going to constantly feel inadequate. Number 4, the fourth reason, and this is the final reason that I could think of that I think is really important, is because she treats you better because she fears losing you. See, this is what you have to understand about any woman that is, 6.5 all the way to a 10 if you had to rate on attractiveness. All that woman has to do is download an app, and she will within a couple days probably have hundreds of options of guys wanting to take her out. Which means if she doesn't view you as like an 8, 8.5, 9, or a 10 to her options will be so wide open, her energy, her mood, and her behavior, she will exit that relationship so fast. She doesn't fear losing you because you're easily replaced. And if she doesn't fear losing you, then she's going to constantly keep her options open. You're going to notice she starts following other dudes on social media. She starts direct messaging other guys. She starts going on dates behind your back. So this is what you just have to understand, man, is like, you can't create desire when desire is just not there. Desire is on an internal attraction level. What I advise you to do, if these concepts in this video made sense, is I advise you to take this even a step further and go and join us inside the community that I built so I can help you learn, understand, and master the language of women. Because in that end-to-end process that I built, where I can help you learn, understand, and master the language of women, what I do is I help you make sure that you can attract the women that you genuinely want to attract, and then maintain interest levels in that relationship that you really want. So that way you're not left heartbroken and confused. And that way when you do find a woman who really views you as that guy, you don't make all the mistakes that cause her to start to lose interest and to start to lose attraction. Because there's things that a guy does a lot of times in his relationship that actually causes her to doubt his dating value. And that's what I want you to avoid. So I want you to join us inside of that. I have an end-to-end process you can copy paste into your dating life and start to use. So go and check that out. These are the 4 reasons why you really, really, really want to make sure that the woman that you're dating is truly clingy and truly head over heels in love with you. And if you don't feel that energy from her, she is not your girlfriend, because listen, she's going to be giving that energy to a different guy. And even if she didn't give it to you, it does not mean that she's not capable of giving that energy, because that's the excuse a lot of guys will tell themselves. Oh, she's not that type. No, she's not that type with you. She will be very loving and very sweet and very flirty and very playful with a different guy that she finds more attractive. If you like this video, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.